Have you ever considered how strategic external communication can shape the destiny of an organization? A thought-provoking question, isn't it? But let's break it down a bit. Strategic external communication is essentially the way an organization interacts with the world outside its walls. It's the messages it sends, the stories it tells, and the impressions it leaves on its audience. Now, you might be asking, why is this so important? Well, in today's interconnected world, public perception holds immense power. It can be the wind beneath an organization's wings, propelling it to new heights, or it can be a gusty storm, threatening to topple it over. It's not just about delivering a message, it's about crafting the right message, delivering it through the right channels and ensuring it resonates with the audience. But it doesn't stop there. Strategic external communication doesn't just shape public perception, it also influences key stakeholders. These could be investors, partners, clients, or even employees. The way an organization communicates externally can inspire confidence, foster trust, and build strong, lasting relationships. Or if not managed well, it can do quite the opposite. Let's imagine for a moment you're at the helm of an organization. You're navigating through a sea of opportunities and challenges, steering your ship towards your vision. Your strategic external communication is like your compass and your map. It guides your journey, influences your course, and shapes how others perceive your voyage. Without it, you're sailing blind at the mercy of the currents and the winds. So, strategic external communication isn't just a tool, it's a vital component of an organization's survival and success. It's the difference between being a ship adrift and a vessel steering confidently towards its destination. As we delve deeper, you'll understand how strategic direction and communication strategy can make or break an organization. So buckle up and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. To understand the impact of communication, we first need to grasp the concept of strategic direction. Strategic direction, in essence, is the compass that guides an organization. It's the North Star, the guiding light that illuminates the path towards the organization's goals. It's not just about setting objectives, it's about defining the journey to reach those objectives. The strategic direction frames the organization's vision, mission, and values, and it's the driving force that propels the organization forward. Think of it as a road trip. You wouldn't just hop in the car and start driving without a destination in mind, would you? Similarly, an organization can't just charge ahead without a clear sense of where it's going. The strategic direction is the destination, and the strategic plan is the roadmap that shows how to get there. Now, why is strategic direction so crucial? It's simple. Without a clear direction, an organization can easily veer off course. It's like driving without a map. You might end up somewhere, but it probably won't be where you intended to go. Strategic direction provides clarity, focus, and a sense of purpose. It helps align all the different parts of an organization, ensuring everyone is working towards the same goal. But setting the strategic direction is just the first step. Once the direction is set, the real work begins. That's when it's time to craft communication strategy that aligns with the strategic direction. Communication is the vehicle that carries the strategic direction forward. It's how the direction is shared, understood, and embraced by everyone within the organization. A well-crafted communication strategy ensures everyone is on the same page, moving in sync towards the shared goal. It's the bridge that connects the strategic direction with the day-to-day operations. So how do you create a communication strategy that aligns with your strategic direction? That's a journey we're about to embark on, and it's one that will take collaboration, creativity, and a clear understanding of your organization's mission, vision, and values. Once the strategic direction is set, it's time to craft a communication strategy that aligns with it. But how can an organization ensure that its communication strategy aligns with its strategic direction? It's a question that often leaves leaders scratching their heads. Let's dive right in. The first step is to clearly define the strategic direction. This is the overall plan that guides an organization towards its goals. It's like a lighthouse guiding a ship, providing a clear path to follow. Now, once the strategic direction is set, it's time to shape the communication strategy. This is where the magic happens. The communication strategy is like a megaphone, amplifying the strategic direction to the world. It's the voice of the organization, and it's crucial to ensure that this voice is consistent, clear, and targeted. Consistency is key. A consistent message reinforces the strategic direction, making it more memorable and impactful. Just think about your favorite brand. I'm sure one of the reasons you love it is because of its consistent messaging, right? But consistency alone isn't enough. The message needs to be clear. If the strategic direction is the lighthouse, then a clear message is a bright, focused beam of light. It cuts through the fog of information overload and helps the audience understand exactly what the organization is all about. And then there's targeting. The right message to the wrong audience is like a lighthouse guiding a ship that's already safely in harbour. It's pointless. That's why it's essential to identify the key stakeholders and target the communication strategy towards them. Finally, managing the communication strategy involves constant refinement. It's an ongoing process of fine-tuning the message, adjusting the targeting, and maintaining consistency. It's like a ship's captain adjusting the course as the winds and currents change. So, to align the communication strategy with the strategic direction, remember these key points: consistency, clarity, targeting, and management. These are the ingredients for a successful alignment. The alignment between strategic direction and communication strategy is a powerful tool in the hands of an organization. When done right, it can guide the organization towards its goals like a lighthouse guiding a ship towards safe harbor. Let's examine a real-world example to better understand these concepts. Picture this. A is a burgeoning tech startup. Let's call them Future Tech. They're new to the scene with grand ideas that have the potential to revolutionize the industry. However, they're also aware that they're entering a saturated market with established giants already dominating the landscape. It's a classic David and Goliath scenario. Future Tech knew that to make an impact, they needed more than just innovative ideas. They needed strategic direction and a solid communication strategy that aligned with their wider organizational goals. So they got to work. They started by defining their strategic direction, which was to be the pioneers of the next tech revolution. They envisioned a future where their technology would be an integral part of everyday life. This was their North Star, guiding all their actions and decisions. Next, they needed to gain support for this strategic direction from key stakeholders. They began by identifying who these stakeholders were: their employees, investors, customers, and even the general public. They then tailored their communication to resonate with each group. For their employees, it was about creating a sense of purpose and belonging. For their investors, it was about showcasing the potential for great returns. For their customers, it was about painting a picture of a better future enabled by their technology. But Future Tech didn't stop there. They knew that to truly succeed, they needed to shape and manage their communication strategy to align with their strategic direction. So they crafted narrative that was grounded in their vision of being tech pioneers. This narrative was woven into every piece of communication, from press releases to social media posts, from investor pitches to employee newsletters. Every message they sent out into the world was a reinforcement of their strategic direction, and the results, they were nothing short of remarkable. Future Tech's strategic direction and aligned communication strategy not only helped them carve out a niche in a competitive market, but also influenced their public perception. They were seen as innovators, disruptors, pioneers, exactly as they had envisioned. Their stakeholder relationships too were strengthened with increased trust and buy-in from all quarters. And let's not forget, this wasn't achieved in isolation. Future Tech worked collaboratively, enabling empowerment and delegation. Everyone from the CEO to the intern was involved in shaping and delivering the communication strategy. This collective effort ensured that their strategic direction wasn't just a top-down mandate, but a shared vision that everyone was invested in. This case study clearly illustrates the power of strategic direction and aligned communication strategy. Future Tech's tale of success is a testament to the transformative potential of well-defined, well-delivered communication. It's a shining example of how, with the right strategic direction and aligned communication strategy, even the most daunting of challenges can be overcome. Success in shaping the approach to external communications does not happen in a vacuum. Quite the contrary, it flourishes best where collaboration, empowerment, and delegation are the norms. These elements are vital in shaping an effective communication strategy. Imagine, if you will, a symphony orchestra. Each musician is a master in their own right, each instrument contributing its unique voice. But the magic truly unfolds when they all play together, guided by the conductor's baton. The result, a harmonious melody that transcends the sum of its parts. This is the power of collaboration. In shaping a communication strategy, collaboration means pooling together diverse perspectives, skills, and experiences. It's about fostering a culture where every voice is heard, every idea is valued. It's about creating an environment where the best ideas can surface and thrive no matter where they come from. Collaboration is not just about working together, it's about thinking together, innovating together, and ultimately succeeding together. Yet, collaboration alone is not enough. A truly effective communication strategy also requires empowerment. Empowerment is about entrusting your team with the authority to make decisions, giving them the liberty to take ownership of their tasks. It's about cultivating a sense of responsibility, encouraging initiative, and fostering creativity. Empowerment is the fuel that drives collaboration. Now let's talk about delegation. Delegation is the art of entrusting tasks and responsibilities to others. It's about recognizing that you can't do everything yourself and that others may have the skills and expertise to do a task better than you. Delegation is not about relinquishing control, but rather it's about maximizing efficiency and productivity. It's about leveraging the strengths of your team to shape a more effective communication strategy. So what happens when collaboration, empowerment, and delegation come together? They create a dynamic, inclusive, and innovative environment. They foster a culture of trust and mutual respect. They enhance the effectiveness of your communication strategy, making it more adaptable, more resilient, and more impactful. By working together, organizations can shape a more effective and impactful communication strategy. Remember, the whole is always greater than the sum of its parts. So, what have we learned today about shaping external communications? We've delved into the vast world of strategic communication and discovered how critical it is for any organization. The first thing we learned is the importance of setting a strategic direction. It's not just about knowing where you're going, but also about getting others on board with the journey. Gaining support from key stakeholders can make or break your strategy. Is about painting a clear picture of the future, one that's compelling enough to rally support and foster commitment. But setting a direction is only half the battle. The real magic happens when we shape and manage our communication strategy. We've seen how it's not just about broadcasting messages, but about aligning those messages with the wider organizational strategy. Every tweet, every press release, every public announcement, they all need to sing from the same hymn sheet. It's about making sure your area of responsibility is not just in tune with the organization, but also actively contributing to the grand symphony of its goals. And of course, we can't forget about collaboration. Working together, enabling empowerment, and delegating are the backbone of any successful strategy. It's about harnessing the collective intelligence and creativity of your team. It's about fostering a culture of trust and respect where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute. And finally, we've seen the impact of all these elements on an organization. We've heard a tale of success that showed us the power of strategic communication. It's not just about getting the message across, it's about shaping perceptions, building relationships, and ultimately driving the success of the organization. Remember, effective communication is a powerful tool. Use it wisely and it can pave the way for your organization's success.